Welcome to the Spotlight. Welcome to the biggest trending video, channel on your YouTube. Welcome to my favorite, and there's the Spotlight for the day. Hey, today you see I'm wearing red. Koku. And today I have dedicated my video to speak Fanti. If I'm not speaking English, I will speak Fanti. I will not speak P. O Sunday in the video no, former late President John Evans Atta-Mills. 11 years ago, 24th of July 2012. Yes, 2012. Where was I? I was working as an administrator and an HR manager somewhere. Yeah. And now, 11 years on, the memory of the late former President of Ghana, Professor John Evans Fiifi Atta-Mills. He continues to live on. He continued to live on with the greatest of the things he was doing for motherland, our country. No one can easily forget about this man. He is indeed an affable person, a good man for that matter, and someone who really is so dear to his nation. Yes. And before he died, there were so many things the opposition then were saying against him. What can some be brave? And some of our Professor Wilson no yet and yet on your fe. And the reality in there say in the way and they run country no. Now they compare them time and we are was corner no what cassette. Even when he was doing so well, the man was president not for 4 years, it was 3 years, some months. But you see, the policies he put in place for the transformation of this country. The way President Mahama, but the man indeed had a very big legacy, and that's what we're going to talk about. Very short video. For the next 10 minutes, you will enjoy this video with me, because one personality and Kofu what can some after President Mills Owi, that is Koku ANYIDOHO. This man, so many things were said about him, or he said about President Mills and the funeral and everything. Now, one thing I for in the video is to create an emphasis about the interview. The interview now, Koku ANYIDOHO, it has so much to talk about. I've spoken lengthy in my intro. Let me just pause a bit before I continue. I want you to subscribe to this page. This is the Spotlight. Subscribe to our page. Be part of this family. We have our 1K agenda by the end of July. And we the part there. Now let's zoom straight to our Spotlight of the day. Now, our Spotlight, we are speaking about Koku ANYIDOHO's, interview he had in commemoration of President Mills' 11 years after his death. That day, the weather was very, very dark. That day, for me, we are blank or they are bopano. The time and it wasn't easy for every Ghanaian. I remember very well when I heard the story, the way I screamed, because of how I expect some great things from the good old professor. Indeed, Yankopon of Opena or and the Mobibia so I called them. And one thing I'm in this video is this. During the interview Koku ANYIDOHO, had with this man, he made mention of something, and I want to draw attention to it. And the President Mills, car being the boot, Ford car in the boot. Yeah, that's what people said. A whole president, president, they were saying that thing against President Mahama. the President Mama wan share papa ni ye. I wasn't true because Koku ANYIDOHO nankasa has come to disclaim that fact that it wasn't true. It wasn't true because Koku ANYIDOHO said, as fate had it, President Mills, when he was a president, he visited 37 military hospital. Now visited no 2 places. Some Ahyidoho by Rebecca. Also visited the intensive care unit, the ICU of the 37 military hospital. And Ahyidoho was very deplorable. The state of the ICU was very, very bad, according to his words. So President Mills, no, I can't be a president and allow the military hospitals ICU go into such comatose. So o decided and of refurbishment of the facility. And the facility became top notch, top of the class, world class ICU. And already renovating one more going to count. Now, as fate had it, time of President Mills, difficult. There is a dedicated ambulance at the castle for the president alone. One for now took our boot. So take it from this video that our then late president was not, placed under a boot of a Ford pickup. That was not true. And the truth is that there was a dedicated ambulance from the castle, and they drove him straight to 37. And they took him to the ICU now. Into where papa, where fa. ICU now, no. No, in the quiet. And Yankopon, or Mamma, order about OC. Now, the same a morgan now, or some year, also in the country. You can imagine. Say, oh, we are say, nay, the papa came there or Chanasam. This man did so many good things for Ghana. If men cry, I will recall one thing. But I'm not going to speak only one. Time our President Kufuor, ne time now, akosombo insunu oko fom no. O commissioner so for there, one konko bompen no insunu mra. So you have seen pictures on social media. Yes. As of that time, there was a problem in Nigeria. Nigeria supplying us gas, they have stopped supplying us the gas. But in there, we don't talk about Nigeria gas. Do you know why? Because this same president, Professor Mills, he built the Tuabo gas processing factory. In the Ghana, we are enjoying light because we have a gas processing factory. Gas. Because we were flaring up our crude. The byproducts were being flared off. But President Mills, Nyansan all day, you walk at the Papa Nebij, name more fled. No, I rather build a Tuabo gas processing plant. Today, you and I are enjoying light. It is the legacy of President Mills. Now, let's go to Koku ANYIDOHO's issue. He said President Mills was not sent to maternity ward as speculated. The story came that when you took out boot, when you call 37, maternity ward, President Mumu Otna do yara. Can this be done? No free. Yanom. So let's read the story. I say it's from the Young Ghana. So he says the former Deputy General Secretary of National Democratic Congress, Samuel Koku ANYIDOHO, has made interesting revelations about the death of former President John Evans Atta-Mills as the country celebrates 11 years of his unfortunate demise. According to him, the president was not sent to a maternity ward, but was driven straight to the intensive care unit of the hospital. He says, some people, for diverse reasons, invested time and energy in announcing the death of President John Evans Atta-Mills, as if death would prolong their lifespan. Several times before that fateful Tuesday, 24 July 2012, many weird stories flew cluelessly about how the president and commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces of the Republic of Ghana was moved from the castle to the 37 military hospital, one of the weirdest of the weirdest, had it that Koku ANYIDOHO drove the president in the boot of his official Ford vehicle to the 37 military hospital as part of the attempt to create the extremely fake impression that I had absolute control at the castle. This falsehood about me carrying the president to the 37 hospital was bandied around, and there wasn't any substantiation. So he waited till 11 years after, and Obama the real truth. And indeed, President Mills of blessed memory was not sent to a maternity room at the 37 military hospital. The body, or better, as of that time, he wasn't dead. So the president then was sent to the ICU, and they took care of him until God called him to eternity. President Mills, you always remember this thing. One saying you always say, said that Christ is in the boat, we shall smile at the storm. Indeed, we will continue to smile at the storm, regardless of the challenges that befalls humanity. We pray God keeps you well in the bosom of Abraham and the Miraho. But it is joyous because wako baby air glory, wako eternal glory. So Nyankopon fa wokra onfensi ye. And then see, with that much I do, I told you that, you see, when it comes to the spotlight, we give you what is authentic. Don't forget to subscribe to this page and be part of our community. This is the best community you would ever have in this on this YouTube channel. So, with that much I do, with that sad note, I say bye, bye, bye.